What's going on, YouTube? I'm your host, the Gym Slasher CJ3, back at it again. Appreciate you guys for showing up, sticking out. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Coach Sherrone Moore being fired from University of Michigan and now seeing charges for the allegations that have been laid out to him. Those have been pretty much for public consumption, for myself included, for yourself included. You can look at those things, check those things out. I waited a week or so before I get on to a full length. I did a short on this a couple weeks ago. I'm coming back with more a full video and comments on this because I think this is a larger scale issue. And the reason why it is because there's not as much representation of black coaches. I'm not necessarily making this thing a black or white thing and all of that. I think what he did is and what the evidence have shown, at least as of right now, until he gets his just due and just case and due process. But they're pretty stacked against him, and if I feel bad for his family, I feel bad for his friends and family to support him. But also, you did this to yourself in terms of, I'm referring that to Coach Moore. Most of us have looked at the video or the documentary of Sean Puff Combs and the allegations that have been levied out against himself. And one thing kind of stuck out with me that I'm kind of bringing into this situation here is in that documentary, a guy that supposedly know of or been around, allegedly around Sean Combs, and he said he got to that God level where he thought that he was untouchable. I talk this ad nauseum a lot throughout my videos, that including myself. A lot of things that I say them to you, not only to you, but I say them to myself as well, is as you continue your journey of being successful in whatever avenue that is, whether sports, entertainment, business, arts, whatever that is, you have to find a way to keep yourself humbled, not lowered, but humbled. And I say this at the closing of all my, most of my YouTube, especially my YouTube videos, is who are you and what is your mission? I say that with the reference of keeping yourself grounded, keeping myself grounded, because that's what I say to myself on a day-to-day basis, and having that mentality of who am I? Don't forget who you are. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget your mission. Those are three important things as you go on your journey of success. And for myself, and in this platform, we're talking about working out and training and coaching and teaching and going those paths of being a professional in any of those areas, and how to handle that as you navigate and achieve success and get to that next level. It takes a lot to keep yourself grounded, and keep yourself humble, but you can't forget who you are. And I think overall with Sherrone Moore, he forgot who he was. He forgot his path. He forgot his mission. And we all illuminating and going, bro, you know, Coach, you had $6 million a year job in one of the most biggest college football programs there are in this country. University of Michigan is considered a blue blood in terms of college football. Notre Dame, USC, Nebraska, Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Ohio State, those schools are synonymous across from East Coast to West Coast, Midwest to the South. You walk around with a shirt of one of them, people are going to recognize, oh, okay, all right, hey, we got to pay attention to you. Those schools come into anybody's football arena, it's going to be one of those prime time, big time games because of the program's history, the richness of that history. Michigan is one of those. So you have all of this as a coach, and you got your family there, you got all this stuff going on, and then it's clear that you lost sight of what is important. And when you're coaching and leading young men, that is really difficult to try to come back from that. And then in addition to that, as being a black coach, when Sherrone Moore was coaching, there was only 16 black head coaches in college football. 16. There's 100 and I want to say 30 134, 32, 134 schools. So out of 16, with prior to Sherrone Moore being fired, 16 out of 134, that puts you at 12%, somewhere around 12%. My math ain't the greatest, it ain't the worst, but I'm pretty sure it's right around about 12%. I said it in the short. I think now with Shamar Moore leaving, that puts it at 15. So now you're looking at 11.5, 11.9%, somewhere in that category. The numbers say that it's very difficult for black coaches to be a black head coach in top Division I programs. That's the numbers are saying that. I'm not making it up. The numbers are there, and it's easy for you to look for consumption. So with that in mind, you do have a said responsibility as you as a coach, not only for yourself, but for people that's coming behind you that want to get to those levels of top tier, top elite level coaching positions. Those executives, those presidents, university presidents and boosters, they don't forget. They don't omit this. This is not the first time that this has happened over the last 5 years. The coach from Michigan State went through something similar to where he was fired because of outside curricular activities, right? So we've seen this before. And then if I'm looking at this and if you're seeing this, what do you think these presidents are looking at? So when the next black coach want to or apply for a position, you never know what these presidents and these boosters could be looking at going, I don't know. I don't know if I want to take this chance because, and are they stereotyping you? Are they boxing you in a box? Yes, they are. And quite frankly, they have that right to do so. There's a lot of implications that come along with hiring a coach. There's a lot of money now that involves in buying or having a contract with a coach and a premier coach. There's a lot of pressure now. You got a 12 playoff system, a 12 team playoff system. Everybody's vying to get in those spots and stuff, which more likely is likely to expand. So there's a lot of pressure now to make sure you find the right candidate, find the right head coach, and make sure that they are the right person for the position and they're recruiting correctly. They're playing. They got the team playing hard. It is difficult to find good coaches out there. And then for you as a black coach or aspiring black head coach trying to get into these positions, you're really banking on the ones that are there, that are in front of you, that's already established. You wishing for their success, because then that opens the gate, that opens that proverbial door to the next aspiring coaches that are black male coaches or black female coaches trying to get into the game. So you do have a responsibility. And that's why I'm saying you can't forget where you came from. And what I'm saying, like your journey, your coaching, your career journey, and who you are as a person, and what that journey and that responsibility is. If you ain't doing it for, in terms of all black men and women of America, but you should be doing it for your family and represent your family at the very least. First, second, third, and fourth. And then everything else comes into play. But that has to be that. And if you're not handling either one of those two, my God, you're gonna create some situations where it's difficult for the next person that's going to be coming back from you. Where do I think he's going to go? Where is his path going to now take him? That's for the universe to figure out. And he put himself in this situation. Do I believe he would ever get back to that level of a Power 5 top tier coaching? He's got litigation to also answer for. I root for him. I'm a positive person. I look at things positive, but I'm a realist at the heart. So I look at reality first with a positive kind of observation to it. He's going to have to put a lot of work in. He's relatively young in terms of the coaching world. He's 39 and about to be 40. So he has, in terms of that coaching tenure, he's got some time to make up. And in this day and age, short-term memory is a lot more prevalent now. We live in this space of access to media, and we can quickly move on to the next hot button or the next hot thing. So he's going to have to get on his grind. He's going to have to start from the bottom level in terms of, probably being a film crew or maybe getting another job, a regular job. And that's going to may be difficult because he's high profile. That's the other aspect of it, right? So he's going to have to humble himself. The worst thing about this is the ramifications this happens with your immediate family. They take the worst loss of this. If you are a coach, you're a trainer, you got a family behind you, got a family to support. The main thing has to be the main thing, which is your family and your drive and keeping that focus to those things. You cannot allow things to deviate from that. Discipline is everything into that level. And especially if you work so hard to get there, you have to have the mentality of someone trying to get into your home. It has to be that extreme. Like somebody's trying to steal. You're not just going to open the door and go, yeah, just come on in, just grab whatever you need and da 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 da. No, you're going to protect your home as much as you can because your family is in there. Your career, and once you get there, the success is just the beginning. You just got there. Now the sustain, just like I said in the shorts and like I've talked about before, it's the sustained part. You got there, and that is difficult in itself 100%. But then when you get there, that's where the real work starts to take in because you're winning games and recruiting and all of that and everything that comes along with that. There is temptation. There is vices that can come about, and you need your family. You need that support system around you to keep you humble, to keep you focused at the task at hand. That's how successful people become successful and sustain that success, is because they generally have a good, strong nucleus around you, and in their brain internally, they're so laser focused on being the great that they know those things can deviate from that. And that's the question you have to ask yourself. Is this going to help my cause, or is this going to hurt my cause? And you have to be able to ask those questions to yourself as you navigate and go up to that success. So I didn't want this to be too long. I just really wanted to get back into that. I wish his family nothing but the best. He's going to have to start over. His family is going to have to start with him, and whoever's around him during this time, help him lift him up. And for us as coaches and trainers and aspiring athletes and all that, you got to let this be a lesson to you. This is how quickly things can change for you in a heartbeat over making ill-advised decisions because you forgot who you are. You forgot your journey, you forgot your path, and you forgot your mission. So with that being said, who are you? What is your mission? Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again. Peace.